Hey, goal diggers, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. It's really nice here in Austin, Texas, so I had to shoot this outside because I was really excited to share with you a huge insight I have had recently that is freeing up hours in my day. So if you are somebody who struggles with getting it all done and you want to have a massive shift and free up that time as well, stay tuned. Okay, so I was actually looking at my schedule a year ago because I was going back looking for something on how I had planned something out and launched to the same thing a year ago, literally. And I was shocked at the colors and the frequency and the amount of things in my calendar in just 12 months ago. And I sat there and it really stunned me because I'm going to share with you the changes I made in this last year to be able to get to this point in my schedule. But it stunned me because at the time, I was working nonstop. I was on video all day long. We were launching multiple things. I mean, I was back to back to back to back. I can prove it. It's in my schedule. And I had this frantic pace, this feeling of like, I just couldn't get off the rat race, right? And I also had this immense feeling of being trapped in my schedule. And I felt like there just wasn't enough time and I didn't have any time to myself. I didn't have any time to think about my business and work on my business and create that space to be creative and come up with new things, much less go to the gym and work out, right? And all these things. And I felt very frustrated by that. And just a year later to see that I'm on Zooms a couple of times per day. I don't experience that, frantic pace. I have lots of space in between, tons of time to create content. We recently just launched a brand new membership program. You can find the link below. We have 60 courses in there and counting. So I went through and revamped all of those. I actually re-recorded our 12-month business academy. There are, there's probably 100 videos in there. I reshot all those videos. I can't even tell you the amount of content I have created, because I have the time to create the content. I have the space to create the content. All those important things that we need to do in our business, you can't do those things if you're just running from thing to thing to thing. This is especially important if you are a mom or care for somebody else, or you have a full-time job and there's other demands and restraints in your schedule. It's essential that you learn what I'm going to teach you right now, because nothing is going to change until you can create that space to be creative, to have those divine downloads from God, to be able to work on your business and not in it, but slow down to speed up. Because if you're just running from thing to thing and you're pulling up your phone to post on Facebook that day and you have no plan, that's not going to allow you to build an empire. And where you are right now is telling of what you're doing the last 12 months, what you did it work? Is it working for you? Now I'm creating more revenue in our company. We haven't been this profitable since the first year that we kind of had that massive leap. And that was honestly just kind of a weird thing because of the pandemic. So we're in a really healthy spot as a company. I'm coming up with new ideas. Just went on an amazing vacation. Didn't even open up my laptop for almost 6 days, which who does that, right? As a CEO. I work out, I go to the gym. I regularly go to spin classes and hot yoga. I just went down to our creek a little bit ago and then did some pitching with Addison. I'm sharing all this not to brag or impress you, but to impress upon you. If I'm somebody who is running a multi-million-dollar coaching business and has all of these things, I should be so busy and exhausted and burnt out, and I'm not. So this is what I want to tell you. It wasn't what I thought it was. This feeling of being stuck with my schedule, and people didn't understand. In my mind, I kept thinking, oh, you just don't understand. You don't understand all the things I have to do. But I do understand. And the reason why in just 12 months, I have transformed my business, and obviously I've done a lot of personal development. I've worked a lot on myself and what I do want. And I have the dream team behind me to support me in this company, an amazing husband and support team and all of that. And the biggest thing that I changed was my mindset. And I had a mindset shift on what I believed was what I needed to be doing every day and the expectations. And keep telling myself that story. There wasn't enough time. I couldn't work out. I couldn't get up from my desk. I'd run from thing to thing to thing to cram more things on the schedule. Well, you know what? I just got asked to be in a very big summit They've done it year after year after year, and I declined it. I don't do podcast interviews, very rarely. I'm at a place now where I can just say, do I want to do that? But I wasn't able to get there until I made that decision to say, what do I want? You know what I want? I want to work out multiple times a week. I want 8 hours of sleep. I want to be able to go play with my daughter just randomly and leave my desk and not feel like I have to be there all day long, right? I want to go on vacations. I want to be able to protect my voice, right? And share my gifts with the world, but not by sacrificing. So if you're somebody who has a full-time job, or you are an entrepreneur and you also have kids and you're really struggling with your schedule, you're like, Kimberly, you don't understand. I'll never forget, I did this call and this woman said, you don't understand. I have the craziest schedule and I've got 2 young kids. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, let's do this. So we get on the call and she tells me her schedule, her work schedule. And I about fell over because it was very limited, like super part-time. But in her mind, she was so busy. I didn't understand, but I do understand, because I started this business with a baby strapped to me and a 2-year-old. Like, you can do this. It's just a mindset shift. So the shift I made to say is, what did I want my schedule to really look like? Without the limitations of money or all of that, because I had in my mind, I bought into the belief I had to work harder and keep doing more calls to bring more money in, right? And there are seasons, trust me, there have been seasons when I'm like, okay, my schedule needs to be packed right now and I need to do X, Y, Z. I'm not saying just sit here and meditate all day and the money will come. You got to be smart about it. But you get to decide what's on your schedule. You get to decide that you have the time to create this business. If you keep telling yourself the story that you don't have time to create this business, you're going to keep not having time. If people ask you, how are you doing? And you're like, I'm so busy. You're going to keep being busy. If you keep saying, well, I got to work more. I can't leave my desk. And you don't go exercise or take a walk, you're going to feel the negative effects of that. It's been proven. Okay. It's been proven that people who regularly take vacations, they do better. They actually financially thrive because they're taking that time off. I got the best idea ever. Scott and I just went to Mexico. Best idea ever. And guess where the idea came from? He's sitting on a beach chair by the ocean, reading a fiction book. Why do you think I got that idea? Because I was able to rest my brain, put my laptop away, and be able to do that. Does that make sense? So this is what I want to challenge you to do. I want you to challenge yourself to stop buying into the story and the lie that you don't have time. You do. It's literally a mindset shift. It's perspective. And if you're like, Kimberly, you don't understand, then do something about it. Make a change. Hire a housekeeper. Trade with somebody. Delegate. Find somebody who will watch your kids for a couple hours and watch their kids for a couple hours. Like, you literally can create whatever you want if you're committed to doing it. You really can. And I did not believe that. I truly thought I had to be doing calls all day long and there was no time and just this is what it was. It's not what it is. And guess what? You will have more abundance in your life and more joy and more ideas and flow and ease and all the things when you make that paradigm shift. And you start seeing your schedule as yours. It is only your responsibility. It's not my responsibility to change your schedule. It's yours. You're the only person who can control what ends up on your schedule. And you might say, well, I have a boss. Tell your boss you don't want to take meetings on certain days. Tell your boss that you're going to get off of work now to go pick up your kids and be at their sports. And if that doesn't work for that boss, I'm sorry to say it, there are other jobs out there. Or you can go to contract. You can negotiate contract. You can negotiate part-time. You can start looking for a backup option while you know you're going to get out of there. Like, you have options, but if you keep telling yourself you don't, you're going to stay right where you are. Okay. So let's say the sun is dropping here. So that's my cue to close this out. But I just wanted to share that just very personal insight that I had. I'm so happy that I finally did away with the lie I was telling myself for so long, that I had to work harder and grind it out. It's not true. It's just not true. And if we can all culturally start to take back our power with our schedule and be able to create that space, we're going to get more in our lives. We're going to get more of what we want by doing that. And we're going to be a good example for others. And remember, our kids are watching us, right? Think about the important relationships in your life that you might be sacrificing because you keep telling yourself the story that you just have no time. It's not true. Okay. You can do this. So if you need help, I actually have an entire success track inside of our membership program, The Vault. The success track is called productivity. So what that means is when you take the intake quiz, when you enroll, One of the tracks is all about time management, productivity, peak performance. So we do have that side of the vault, but you'll know which success track is best for you when you come in. So click the link below. You'll be able to unlock 60 plus courses. You'll get to see me every month on a monthly Q&A Zoom. You'll also see me again every month for the accountability Zoom. There's just so much inside of it. So I would definitely check it out. If you do lifetime access, you also get all the private label rights products. So you can just flip those and resell those. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe and of course, take a little pic, throw it in your stories and tag me at the Goal Digger Girl. I'd love to give you a shout out for that. And I really appreciate you watching. So until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.